Whew. Yo, having money sucks some days.
So what's up, guys? This is 𝗦𝗡𝗥𝗘𝗏, and you have reached the 𝗦𝗡𝗥𝗃s Ecom channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're gonna find all your answers right here, so stay tuned.
All right, guys, so we're gonna talk about this whole, money is the root of all evil thing, okay? So what brought this video up, this is definitely different than what I would usually do. Most of the time, like if I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be like a Philly Chronicles video. This actually might be a Philly Chronicles video. So let's go ahead, let's break this down, let's talk about it. So I was out at the quick stop. I wanted to go get some juice before I got here to the studio to shoot this video. Well, not this video, I'm gonna shoot some other videos, but this one in particular popped up. So I get there and there's a junkie. So we're out in Kensington, by the way. I bring the McLaren out today because the battery was gonna die because I didn't put the tender on it and I haven't driven it since I got back from Miami. So I get ready to go in, get my juice, and there's a junkie that comes up and he's like, yo, my brother, let me get a little cash if you got something. Now, mind you, I don't carry cash like that, okay? So, I got plastic. I'm like, yo, I'll get you something to eat. I was like, I'll go in here, I'll get you something to eat. It's Christmas time, you know what I'm saying? So it's a spirit of giving. And it's not gonna cost me very much money to go get this man something to eat. This dude proceeds to spit on my damn car. Spit on the McLaren. Luckily, it's PPF and ceramic coated, or else I really would have lost my shit and beat his ass. And then says that it's rich assholes like me that ruin things, or something to that effect. It's like I'm a rich asshole. Rich assholes are greedy. Y'all don't want to help nobody. It's Christmas. Like I was just offering to get this man some food, right? And so that's gonna preface, what we're gonna talk about today. And a lot of people are gonna be like, oh man, not another one of these types of videos. No, you guys need to hear it because a lot of people that I talk to on a regular basis, in the DMs, in email and stuff, they say they don't want to be rich. Like, oh, bro, I don't want to be rich. I just want to live my life, blah, 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 blah. I ain't trying to get rich. And then I, always respond back like, why the fuck not? Why don't you want to be rich? What's wrong with being rich? Everyone has some opinion about what rich people are. And, when they're thinking of rich, they're thinking of obscenely wealthy. They're thinking of people like Jeff Bezos and all that with more money than they could possibly ever spend. But still, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with having more money than you could possibly ever spend, right? Nothing's wrong with that, okay? Whether you're religious or not religious, whatever book you guys read, there's nothing in there that talks about poverty being, what is up. In every book that I've ever read, it always talks about you being prosperous, making money, all that stuff. So where do people get that, money is a terrible thing? Some of the things that rich people do to obtain that money are terrible. But there are far more evil things happening in the hood right now. We're in Kensington right now, people. Kensington, out in Philly, right? Kensington is the open heroin market. Everyone who's a junkie in America knows you can come here and get dope and not get bothered, right? You could come here, shoot up, and the cops will not hit you up. They won't do nothing. They don't pull the dealers off the street. There's a trap house right down the street. Right down the block, there's a trap house, and they're sitting out there right now dealing dope. And the cops ain't doing shit. The cops are parked 2 blocks down, and they know that's a trap house, and they're not doing anything. Want to know why? Because they can't do shit about it. There's way too much drug, way too many drugs here, way too much dope just out on the streets. Okay, these people are robbing, they're stealing, they're prostituting, they're killing, and all this. If you guys check the news, Philly has a crazy high murder rate, right? And this is smack dab in a city that is already poor, and this section of the city is even poorer than poor. This is where the poorest citizens live in Philadelphia. But somehow, money is the root of all evil. Somehow, it's rich people's fault that these people are disenfranchised. Somehow it's my fault, and people like me, it's our fault that there's poverty in the world. No, I employ so many people and give people jobs. Like I got barbers, I have a GM, we got a car shop, we have mechanics. I have people that help me. I got, John back here, he shoots my videos, he edits them. Wherever I go, he goes. I have a whole team of employees that I pay to help me with Amazon. I have a marketing team now. I have a sales team. I have all this stuff. I employ all these people, but somehow it's my fault. Somehow I'm a rich asshole that don't give back. If you guys follow me on social media, shameless plug, link below. I'm constantly doing things to help out in the community. All right. And people like me do stuff like that. Just because we don't talk about it doesn't mean that we don't actively do it. People see me all the time and, I'm always handshaking stuff like that. And I probably shouldn't, I shouldn't be out in the hood with a $300,000 car shaking hands with people because we all know that people are plotting on the come up. That's just what it is. And for you guys that don't understand that because you don't have the hood mentality, you know, just understand there's always people that are envious and they want what you have and they're willing to either A, rob you, or B, kill you, maybe even C, do both to get what you have. And that's just the nature of the beast, okay? Money is not the root of all evil, man. None of my rich friends are rolling up on each other, gang banging, kicking in doors, none of that. Nobody is in Beverly Hills outside of the whole Pop Smoke situation, right? That was something completely different. But routinely, people ain't up in the Hollywood Hills doing B&Es, kicking doors in, gang banging, you know, shooting each other the fuck up, dealing dope outside the door. That generally doesn't happen in Beverly Hills. You know, the police ain't gonna allow that shit to happen. That doesn't really happen in Center City out here in Philly. That doesn't happen over in Cherry Hill like that, you know, Haddonfield, places like that over in Jersey. It just doesn't happen. You know, money is not the root of all evil. Poverty is, okay? I know a ton of poor people out there still trapping, still out there gang banging, still doing shit. And mind you, we're in our 30s now. We was doing that shit when we were kids. We are in our 30s and this shit has not ended. You know, when you are poor and it feels like you don't have a way out, you're gonna do things that you normally would never do. You're gonna rob, you're gonna steal, you're gonna prostitute, you're gonna do dope to get away from the day-to-day stuff. That's just what it is. So when people are telling you that money is the root of all evil, it's because they don't know any better. They're ignorant to money. And it's not necessarily their fault because this is what we preach in America. We preach hate for the wealthy people. All right. If you guys, you know Peter Schiff, he's a very, very wealthy man. Go check out one of his videos where he says, I am the 1%. My man went to Central Park in New York. I'm pretty sure it's in New York. Went out there and was like, I'm the 1%. Let's have a dialogue. These people were so mad, the Occupy Wall Street people, they were so damn mad at him just for being rich, they couldn't even formulate their own opinions on why him being rich was bad or why the 1% were terrible people. They couldn't do any of that shit. They just couldn't. So for all these people out here saying that rich people are bad and that we're terrible, bro, like I struggled just like y'all. I grew up poor. I grew up with a single mom, you know, who worked 2 and 3 jobs and went to school at night, you know, my entire life. You know, I didn't grow up with nice shit. I didn't grow up with fucking off-white Air Maxes on right now. All right, I didn't grow up with that. I couldn't go spend $800-900 on a pair of sneakers. All right, I just couldn't do it. All right, my mom didn't have it. You know, we shopped at Payless. We went to Goodwill. We got donations. My mom would go to church just to get a collection so we could keep the lights on. And when we couldn't keep the lights on, guess what? We wasn't staying at the house. We were staying with other people. All right. Poverty makes people do things they normally wouldn't do. Luckily, my mom toughed it out, and then here I am today. You know, I worked hard and made it. And I was able to give back to my mom for doing so many good things for me and my brother. All right. But that's, you know, that's just what it is. People, like, everyone feels that money is going to make you a bad person. No, that's not true. Money is not going to make you a bad person. If you're a dick without money, you're going to be a bigger dick with money. If you're generous without money, you're going to be even more generous when you have it. That's just what it is. You know, you guys need to give me a scenario where, you know, someone who has money, right, is just blatantly evil. All right, just so evil that they don't give a shit about their fellow man whatsoever. Give me a scenario where they're blatantly evil, not necessarily misguided, right? Because people are misguided. You know, they're wealthy, they're misguided, they don't necessarily understand the plight of the common man. I just want to know, give me an example, all right? Comment down below. Give me an example where people are just blatantly evil who have money. Because Bezos ain't blatantly evil. The man just doesn't understand a lot of the day-to-day stuff because guess what? He doesn't have the time. My man's running a $1 trillion company. He doesn't know what happens on the Amazon vans and why, you know, the people are, you know, the drivers, the delivery drivers are getting overloaded with packages during Q4. He doesn't know that. All right, he doesn't see the day-to-day. He's too busy trying to run a $1 trillion company. You know, same thing with Steve Cook. My man, not Steve Cook, that's Steve Jobs. Tim Cook over at Apple. My man, he doesn't know the day-to-day. He doesn't know y'all's struggles. He don't know our struggles. All right, so you got to stop looking at it as money is the root of all evil. The more money you have, the more things you can do for people. All right, look at it that way. The more money you have, when the next time you fix your mouth to say, I don't want to be rich, shut the hell up and think about being rich. Because the more money you have, the more you can do for the people in your area. Like I have children. All right, my kids are going to be able to go to college if they so choose, and they're not going to have to worry about shit in their lives. All right. You know, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, as long as, you know, my bloodline continues to do well, you know, my extended family, my aunt, my favorite aunt, my Aunt Linda, who's been such a huge influence on a lot of the stuff that I do. She texts me all the time. All the time. She texts me every day, and whether it be scripture or something like that, I don't really be reading the Bible like that. But, she'll text me something to keep me encouraged because she knows all the stuff I have to deal with on a daily basis. My cousin Wes, my man, he needed money. Guess what? You ain't got to pay me back, my guy. Like, boom, done. You needed money, I got you. My GM, she needed, money during the time where the shop was getting renovated. Boom, I got you, Gigi. My barbers, they're on commission. But guess what? If no money's coming in, I can't take their money. Y'all do what y'all got to do. My employees that work on Amazon stuff, boom, here's bonuses for y'all because you work so hard. Even though shit ain't perfect, you guys are getting the job done. Anytime that, I fly John with me, if you take a trip, guess what? It's on me. You ain't got to spend your money because I need you here. Those are the things that you can do when you have money. You can help other people in ways that you couldn't before. I couldn't do shit, for my children back in the day. I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. Okay, this is gonna be a longer video. You guys will probably understand why in a second. So my son was, I want to say like about 8 months old. Not even 8 months. Let's see, he was born in July. Yep, so he was about 5 months. So my son's first Christmas, if it wasn't for my parents, wouldn't have shit. All right, he wouldn't have had any gifts under the damn tree. All right, it was so bad that people at the unit were, giving me donations. They were, there was checks coming from the unit because they knew that I couldn't take care of my kid because his mom, for whatever reason, she had her thing, we had our differences, and she decided that she was going to part ways and go about, her business and live her life, and that's what she did. So I'm over here trying to take care of this child, first year, second year, third year. I couldn't do anything for this kid. Anything. I was struggling so damn bad. I was donating plasma, every other week. And you're not supposed to do that shit. You're not supposed to be donating plasma so many times a month. And I was going to different banks and they weren't keeping tabs on this, thank goodness. But, I was drained all the time and I was trying to get enough money together just to, pay bills, just to, keep the lights on, keep food in his mouth, all this type of stuff. Poverty made me do things I normally wouldn't ever do. I was stressed out to the max. Like if I would have kept living like that, that's why people in poverty die earlier than people who aren't in poverty. It's the stress that kills you. All right, my son has no idea what it's like to live in poverty because he was so young, he doesn't necessarily remember it. But I do. I remember that. So when, people come up and they're like, oh, you're a rich asshole, or they tell me that I should be blessing them or telling me I should do all this shit and I should be giving them money, I should cash app them and stuff like that. It gets on my nerves because they don't see how hard I had to work to get here or anyone else sees how hard, most rich people have to work to get there. Like my friends, Q and, Brap and Mitch and Jason and Matt and Muhammad and Tommy and everybody, all of us that had to get it out the mud and work our asses off to get to where we're at. Nobody sees that hard work. Everybody just sees the end result and then they want to judge us based on the end result. That's kind of ass if you ask me. Like you guys don't even judge all the hard work that went through. Like nobody was there, when my lights was getting turned off and, me and my son was staying with friends. Nobody was there when I didn't have diaper money. And, I'm sitting there struggling. I was like, yo, I hope this little dude don't shit because I don't get paid until tomorrow. So, he gonna have to wake up in a pissy ass diaper and I'm gonna have to get my ass over to fucking Walmart early as shit as soon as that money hit my account so I can get him, a fresh set. Nobody was there during that. But y'all still want to judge people like me, because not necessarily y'all, because y'all are good folks. Y'all over here trying to get educated. But the majority of people, in America, they want to judge people like me based on a very small sample size that they see on the news. Elon Musk and Bezos and Joe Rogan and celebrities and shit like that. When inherently, a lot of my friends are fucking celebrities. And they're some of the most humble and decent people on the planet. Now, Tommy ain't always so humble. Like, all right, so I'm not going to speak for Tommy because Tommy, my man got money. He don't give a shit. He let y'all know he got money. But he's a good person, man. Like, we all have faults. You guys look at us like we're just these evil people. Like, all we care about is money. And yeah, we businessmen at the end of the day. We're business persons. Like Katie is a female, so I can't say shit. But, man, just money ain't the root of all evil. That's what this is all about. And I'm giving y'all specific examples so you guys understand the plight of what we have to go through on a daily basis. So, like, when you guys are getting ready to send us a DM or send us an email and say some stupid shit or drop a comment on a video talking about we're evil people, like, think about what you're saying before you say it. Because a lot of the stuff we do is behind the scenes and you know, we worked real hard to get here. All right, like we are not obligated to help every motherfucking person that is. We're not obligated to do that. Okay, the only obligations that I really have are to my family and to my employees. We don't have obligations to anybody else, you know, but we do it because we're good people. And yeah, we all make mistakes. I've made mistakes. I made tons of mistakes, man. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure I done broke some hearts out here in Philly because guess what? You know, my brother hit me up in a DM this morning, was like, yo, there's females talking shit saying that, you know, you was throwing me under the bus and this and that. And this is my own brother. So these females that I hurt back in the day, because I don't really deal with females like that in Philly, you know, at least not no more. These females I hurt back in the day now talking shit going to my brother, you know, because of whatever reason. You know, that's just what it is, man. Like, this is the shit that you have to deal with on a daily basis when you have money. And a lot of people will say they don't want to get rich for that reason, but the benefits far outweigh the negatives. All right, you can help so many people. You know, you can do things you normally wouldn't do. And that's just it. So hopefully this has enlightened you guys to something. I know it's a longer video. You guys probably tuned out, but it is what it is. You know, for the people that are interested in it, you know, check out the links below and you can see more of the stuff that I do, how I can help you out. Check me out on social media because I'm always doing giveaways. I'm always trying to, you know, give you guys something to keep you motivated. All right. So with that being said, man, be safe, be smart. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.